Yo, what is going on, boys? It's your man back for another FNAF figure review. And today we are coming through with a little bit of an older one, but it's one of those oldies, goldies, moldies that it's a very nice one. I think this is probably one of the best recent FNAF figures, and of course it is an exclusive because they can't make decent figures anymore. So, as you can see, Liberty Chica. Very nice figure. Walmart exclusive. Very unique, to say the least. I think this is from FNAF AR, which every single thing they're doing is either made up, weird new stuff, or FNAF AR still, which is very interesting. It's not working out the best for this line. I have seen nothing but hate and bad things about all these recent figures and everything, so we're just going to have to see where the line goes. And instead of thinking about the future, let's think about the present here, and this present of a figure, Liberty Chica. So now taking a look at the sculpt, you can see there's a lot of good stuff on here. There is pretty much all new because we didn't have the Statue of Liberty in the FNAF line yet. And they did a lot of nice stuff for pretty much no reason. Like, they put so much detail and actual paint and sculpt on this thing that it's almost like they have the opportunity to make good figures. They just don't. Which is very prominent in the Funko line. They'll either do a hit or a heavy miss. Like, look at the face. That's solid. The head sculpt, I believe, is new because it looks like the jaw would move, but I don't think it does, so it's just like a separate piece or something. But it adds a lot of newness to the figure because this is just some crud. Like, nobody's looking to get this for their FNAF line, but it being actually very solid of a figure, it helps with it being just some random poop. Now, moving on to the articulation, which you can probably tell there's not much. We got head rotation, because there's too much around it for it to actually move. The arms go about that far. There's too much around it for it to actually move. It can go all the way around. You got your bicep swivel, and then you got a hinge at the wrist, or a swivel at the wrist, and that is it. They pretty much took away the legs. You can get an underskirt shot. Isn't anything under there. It's just a hollow piece of plastic. But it makes, I guess, saving money on the articulation made them put a lot more effort into other things, which is very, very nice. Now, moving on to accessories. This is where it gets good. Starting with the cupcake on fire. Very, very nice. It is just the same sculpt as always in there, but they put this new fire piece around it. It is a separate piece. Clear plastic, very nice. Very good detail. The inside is still painted too, which is just crazy. This is just insane. Compared to all the recent figures I talk about and say they're just garbage, this is a very nice figure. You can see all the nice sculpting detail. Oops, on the piece of this fire here. I'm trying to get it to look good without having my dirty hands in the way. Not too bad. The seam lines are a little rough. It is obviously very cheap, but for being very cheap, it's very nice. And then we got this next one here. Some document. I don't remember. July 4th, probably, I don't know, 1776, something like that. I don't know much about the Statue of Liberty. Never been a Liberty head, but of course this piece of thing has very nice detail, cracks and everything. Got that. Look at that. The paint on this is incredible. They actually did like a wash. You can see, not the best, but there is some paint in those crevices, and it makes it look a lot deeper. It adds depth to the piece. There you go. Very nice. And of course, you can see we got one gripping hand to grip the letters, and then an iconic flat hand to grip the cake, baby. Oh, yeah. Now, that is honestly it. This figure was an exclusive, so there's no Build-A-Figure or anything. And they haven't even been doing that for a long time, I just remembered. I'm an old school FNAF head here, I'm sorry. But with just this is a very solid figure. It's like 15 bucks probably if you find it in the wild today. And that's pretty alright in this day and age in the figure community. You're pretty much getting ripped off from everybody. And like 30 bucks is the low for figures now, which is just insane. Marvel Legends at Target are $27.99 off the shelf. I remember when you could find them for $15 retail at some places, and you were like, oh my god, they've pretty much doubled in price. And the worst part is they come with less stuff. Sorry, this is not a Marvel Legends rant video. We'll just continue here. So, moving on to some comparisons here, which this is where it goes bananas. We'll bring out all the Chicas and a couple of exclusives that go along with this. So, put it on this side. Here we have original Chica, very classic, and then Jacko Chica, because that was probably the closest one on the display. And this one, it just doesn't fit. Like, this is, you cannot put this figure with any of the older stuff and try to have it fit in like a FNAF display. If you want to have a FNAF 1 or something, FNAF 4, even just the first 2 or 3 waves of figures, this just does not fit. And I don't really like it. I feel like they should go back to doing canon stuff. Like, there is a ton of actual official things, let alone just they could redo, like actually remake the original wave. They could, FNAF 2 took a fat L in this line. And even like FNAF 3, they could do withered animatronics or something. There's so much more they could be doing than this random gobbledygook. But continuing the comparisons, we have the Toy Chica custom, who will eventually get done, I swear, along with Metal Cooler. He will be done in 14 years. And then because we have not very many Chicas in this line, there's Tie-Dye Chica from everybody's favorite Tie-Dye wave. And I will say, this is at least the kind of random junk I'd want them to do, because it's new. It's not just this thing again. It's actually new sculpt, new paint, new everything, accessories. Even if you're not going to use them a lot, it's something. Like, there's probably some sort of custom potential in this figure. I don't know what you could do, but there's something there. And that's what I'd rather them do than just re-release this again, which is kind of what they're doing with their newest wave. They just showed it off, I don't know, at some point. They're doing like a Christmas wave where it's like Santa, Freddy, Elf, Bonnie, or something like that. And I think that's the better stuff of what we can get, because at least it's all new sculpt and they look like there's something. There's an idea behind it rather than just, let's re-release them again because we need that fat Skrilla from the FNAF fandom. And now, moving on to some of the other weird FNAF AR stuff. We got Freddy Frostbear. I was going to call him Icicle Freddy. And then, of course, Gangsta Freddy. And this is another way of showing the two sides, where Gangsta Freddy is horrible. They did, like, the least amount of work possible to make him different. And then my boy Icicle Freddy over here goes crazy. They actually did new work, new sculpt on the head, different face, all that kind of stuff. And they put some effort into it. And this is, sadly, the direction this line is going. We are going to have a FNAF AR display. And we're, you know what? We're really at the point where we don't even have the first 2 FNAF games in figures, but we have an army of just this random garbage. It's just unbelievable. I can't believe they put Gangsta Freddy. They put Lean Trap in this line before they gave us Withered Freddy, my favorite character probably in this franchise. They gave us Gangsta Freddy. Can you people believe this? And we still support this company. God, this is something. Now, we'll show some other comparisons of non-FNAF stuff, because these are cool recent figures and I must show them. Here we have, ooh baby Raditz. We got the SDCC Raditz. Ooh, big sexy. Ooh, sorry. You can see he's got some nice paint on that guy. This figure is definitely going to get a review soon. I'm not going to stick to just FNAF stuff, I promise. Then some other, I'm looking through the pile of figs I got over here. You know, we'll do something a little different. No, not really, but we got the boy Ralph from Mirage Comics. Now, this is about all I've got to say of this figure. This is just random reviews now. I don't know. Maybe you could tell how big the figure is if you've got one of these too, which is very unlikely if you're looking into a FNAF video. I don't think you got that Raditz on deck. I'm not sure. 2 very, very different ends of the spectrum on figure collecting. This is like this is the line that got me into collecting figures, and this is where I am now, professional figure collector. Alright, that's about it for this video. This figure is pretty alright. It's not a bad one. We've had some memes with this figure in the household, so it's one I kind of like. It's kind of funny. And yeah, not bad FNAF figure. One thing I do want to say right before I leave, though, is thank you everybody so much for 800 subscribers. We're at like 790 or something like that, and then we just flew up to like 805 or something. I was sitting there, oh, it was crazy. So thank you guys so much for that. I couldn't do any of this without you guys' support. All the comments on the videos, the likes, everything. Even just clicking on the video is so much of a help. It just makes me want to keep doing it, you know? Like, there's people that are actually interested in the stuff I have to say, which is cool, you know? That's a very interesting thing. So, thank you guys so much for everything, all the support over the... God, we're almost at like 8 years on this channel now, ever since that Blue Goku review. If you're a real legend, you remember the Dokkan battle videos back in the day. It started with like Battle Cats. It's crazy just how far this channel has gone. And it's actually live. Like, it's not like my old channels where I'd make 58 videos, get 1 view each, which was myself, and then it'd just be dead. This is this is something, which I appreciate so much. Thank you guys so much. And I'll see you in the next one where we probably something sick. I don't even know, you gotta be there for it. Thank you and goodbye.